Not everyone is a business person. Not everyone is meant to become successful, truthfully. So business is also like that. Not everyone who tries business is going to become successful. And not everyone is that patient. Not everyone is that hungry.
Patience.
Patience. Yeah, because like I said, you might feed a business for so long. But then also, there's need to let go at times.
Yes.
But when do you let go?
With the Art of Money with Hannington, and he's going to continue the conversation we started last week on how he plays with his money, how he spends his money, how he invests, how he works with his money. So, Han, where were we?
First of all, don't do business because a friend is doing it.
Yes.
I've seen so many people make that mistake. Penny has started kweshunga.
Let me do.
I also have my words. I can do kweshunga. Then you go and do dancing or something. And it fails to work.
Koku dancing.
And it fails because you think, I have friends who can dance.
Yes,
I can also do kweshunga. No. Penny has something. Maybe you believe in this. Maybe it's in you. Maybe you felt you kweshunga so much on a daily. You can, like when I started the bar, it's because I had so many friends that would call me to other bars and they said, wait a minute.
Why am I not
I'm the number one client. I can do a bar. So if you eat so much food and you love food, you're a foodie.
And you start a food business.
Do food business. Because you're the number one client. You believe in that food business. If it fails and you really believe, and your friends come to you and say, oh my God, you prepare so delicious food.
Yes.
Then you do a business and the food is not selling. What is the problem? Do you ever sit back to say, what could really be the problem?
Yeah.
Because in most cases, we do business, and the business idea is good.
Yes.
But the way we are doing it, the way we are taking it out there, the delivery mechanism is bad.
Yes.
Then the business will definitely fail, no matter how much you've put in.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter how much money you have put in. Actually, good business ideas don't require so much money.
Yes.
They don't.
Yes.
You just need people, you just need a good idea and some little money to set up. If you need an office, in most cases people start without offices.
Yes.
Yeah, I've inspired some
Always,
people.
actually.
Recently I told them, but you, why don't you do ABCD?
Yeah.
You have so many friends who are slay queens.
Yeah.
Why don't you tell them something? And they tried, and from what I hear,
This doing well.
if they keep doing the right things,
Yeah.
taking the right steps with patience, saving the money, reinvesting it, they will get there. So, business is like that.
Yeah.
Now, some people want it quick. You want
Get
to
rich
start
quick.
business
Get
now,
rich
and
quick.
within 1 month, you customers, you must be buying.
Yes, we have to buy Porsche cars.
Then
Why
you're
not?
out because things don't work like that. Business requires patience.
Yeah.
Business requires conviction.
Yeah.
Firstly, with you, if you think you're going to sell this and you don't believe in it and you don't even like it, this you can make. This is something very simple.
Yeah.
But you can make them and sell them. Why? Because one, you believe in it. I love this. Even when you start selling to somebody, the art of selling begins with what you have internally within you.
Yeah.
The belief that you have in a particular product.
Yeah.
Avoid partnerships in whatever you do. They are good and very bad. They are good.
Let's talk about partnerships, because sometimes I read somewhere and someone said choosing a business partner is like choosing a marriage partner. If you get it wrong, you're in for a lifetime of hell. So what's the thing behind partnerships?
Okay.
Because if we are friends, I mean, we are relatives.
Yeah.
You're my brother, you're my son, you're my uncle. Why should we not do business? You're not going away. Oh, you're my birthday. We've been in school together. We bonga here and there. I know you. Why can't we do business together?
Yeah, partnerships are tricky in a way because you're both, in most cases, you're both hungry and broke. That's why you go into a partnership. Otherwise, if you have money, it's very rare that you go into a partnership. Unless it's something really very formal with good accounting systems and everything is just set. You bring in your money and you know it will come out. You don't even have to call. They have given you a clear plan. Every after 6 months, you will have your money. And this is an established business where you're not going to have issues. But if you're doing the typical Ugandan partnership of penny, I have some little money. Can't you also bring like 5 million? I bring 5 million. And we use this 10 million to start up a clothing company. And that's a brilliant idea. Because both of you are hungry and broke. Now you bring your money together and you put it in. Now, in most cases, the two of you will not give in as much contribution. Because you see, over and above money, there's that commitment we talked about.
Yes, presence. There's the drive, there's the passion, the love you talked about, there's the value you put on the business. You're both,
And have you realized that in every partnership, there's one person that brings the idea?
Yes.
And this person who brings the idea is the one who has the conviction. They believe in it, it can work.
They've dreamt it, it's their dream, it's their thing.
You, Penelope, because your brain is short of some of these ideas, you get excited at my idea, but it's my idea. But you have money. So you bring in the money, I bring some little money and my ideas, and we start pushing. In most cases, the person who brought the idea, because they are drunk on the idea, they'll be the ones to push it more than the other party. Now, naturally, with time, the other party
starts feeling left out. Yes.
And even when the money comes, by the way, they are left out. Because
you're putting in more, and so there's no balance.
It's a natural feeling that I have put in more. There's no way I'm going to have an equal share. We shouldn't be contesting how much I get paid. I'm the one who's running the thing. So you're in the answer. And that's the beginning of failure. Because the moment one of the partners feels they are
disgruntled,
then it will not work, no matter how good it is. Because now the other person will either start sabotaging it, and you hear that the two were very good friends, and now, because people talk, so you find that now you're
dividing everybody. Terrible.
And then at times partnerships also fail because the business moves to a certain level where you need to add in money.
Yes.
And one party says, no, I put in my money, I'm not adding in. Me, I put in, I'm not adding in.
Now, grown.
The other party who is at the forefront of everything adds in their money, but the other partner still expects
the same equal. Goodness.
So if you can avoid partnerships, no matter how small you start small, but avoid them because they don't work. Not here. Guys out there, because of what I talked about, you see the businesses in Uganda, in Africa at large, really, are not extremely formal. They are personalized businesses.
It's an emotion. We start businesses because we are excited or we are happy or we are broke and we need some money or something is happening. So it's an emotional decision.
True.
It's not well thought out. It's not well planned.
Yes. And it's very difficult for you to disassociate yourself from that business, no matter how big it grows. You will be surprised when you hear people like, I won't give a name, but whatever, rich man A, making a phone call and saying, this is my business. What are you talking about? Don't play with my business. So it's a personal thing. And that's what drives business in Africa. Because people have this personal attachment. The moment that personal attachment goes away, then the idea dies off. You've seen so many businesses where the man either passes on and the business goes down with him. So many big examples in Uganda. The guy was doing so well because he was the one pushing. He dies and the kids can't even keep up.
And people relate with us also because of our personal relationships.
So
my God.
Partnerships fail mainly because of those personal attachments that will at the end of the day result into misunderstandings. And one thing that I've seen also is that people keep ideas to themselves.
The full idea or just...
Actually the whole idea. You lose nothing sharing.
Because I can share.
I will steal it, right?
No, like, so.
That's the biggest worry.
Yes.
You steal my idea. That guy.
So you tell some people, I want to start a salon, and tomorrow they are running your salon.
Their salon.
Your idea, the same things you told them.
Yes.
And
have they started your salon?
No, it's not yours. But the idea is, Hannington stole my idea.
But are you the only one doing salons out there? No. Probably you triggered something in my head.
Yes, and I got an idea myself.
Me, I have no problem with Penelope going into development of
software.
It's okay.
Because you can't do it the same way I do it. You don't have the blueprint.
That's number one.
Yeah.
So if Penelope doesn't, another person will do it.
Yeah.
There's an app that we are working on.
Yeah.
I was telling my boy the other day, I said, you know what? We are sleeping on job. This thing is going to be out there.
Yeah.
And the next day he sent me a screenshot of something
Similar.
like 60% similar to ours.
Oh, wow.
And he said, Hannington,
It's
you are
already
right.
out there.
Because you see, this lockdown has inspired so many
Yeah,
developers
to
do
think
things,
and do
because now
things
the world
differently.
is moving digital.
Yeah.
So every developer is thinking. And then I told him it's okay.
Yeah. Oh, that's not our thing. It's their thing.
If you're into kweshungaring and someone does
That's
kudancing,
another.
let them
They
kudance.
want to do it
It's
the
okay.
same way. Oh God.
Don't even feel bad that the person who has done it is your closest friend.
Yes.
Let them do it, bless them.
Yes.
Don't even show them, actually don't even have any bad
Any
feelings.
remorse, yeah.
No, tomorrow even share with them other ideas.
Yeah.
I'll give you an example. I joined farming. I wanted
Yes,
fishing.
you wanted to talk about
I was specific
farming.
on some things. Fishing, chicken, cows.
Yes.
And then of course the rest of
Everything else comes
the things
around.
that grow, vegetables, takataka. My wife loves vegetables, so she does vegetables mainly. Matoke, that one is just for having matoke at home. Yeah, because I don't see money in matoke. At times it goes to 500 shillings.
Yes.
Me, I don't see money there. So we have matoke and I put money there so that when friends visit, you come back with a bunch of matoke.
Yes.
And you're like, I got this from Hannington's farm. But for the other side of business, fish, cows and chicken, I have learned so much from friends. And simply because I share. You meet a friend, you see there's a lot of competition in this world.
Yeah.
Because Hannington is into farming, everybody might want to do it. It's okay.
Yeah.
Like I
Let
said,
them
not
do it.
everyone will become successful.
Yes.
That's
Not
number one.
everyone is
But
supposed
also,
to be
even if
successful.
everyone is successful, it's
There's
a beautiful
enough
world
space for all of
for
us.
everyone.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
one we must appreciate.
enough space.
Yeah, so I share. But I will tell you, when I started sharing that I'm into fishing now, I didn't even know like some good guys who have done fishing, those who have failed out there, the challenges that are out there. But every time I would share with someone,
Someone tells you something that
you into
you're missing.
fishing? Ha, you won't handle fishing. Do you know that so and so failed?
Then you
Hey,
look
why
for
did so and so
so-and-so.
fail? Come and I take you and you see their
Then you
ponds.
meet so and so, and
Then we
tell you
go.
why
Then
they
the answer
failed.
is, nyowe byennyanja bigumire, da, 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 da. Now we went to some guy who has very nice ponds.
Yeah.
I've not seen ponds as beautiful as his ponds.
Yeah.
But the guy feeds his fish on chicken droppings.
Ah,
Chicken droppings.
so the fish are not thriving.
They will take 3-4 years to grow
Of course.
to gain the normal weight
Of
that you need to sell
course,
fish.
of course.
Because you need at least
You're not
500
giving
grams.
them what they need.
You need
You're
500
giving
grams
them
to
what
sell
you
your
think
fish.
They want.
Now, I asked the guy, why don't you feed your fish? Because he's constructed them beautifully. You have a pond down and then you have the chicken housing on top of the pond. So every time the droppings are, or when it's feeding, the remainders just fall into the pond and then...
the fish are also...
Now, this is a guy who has invested a lot of money, over 400 million in his ponds and the structures and all that. But he forgets that fish thrives on two things. The water. The quality of the water. You must have some certain levels of carbon dioxide, some certain levels of oxygen, too much of it, by the way. It must be clear and all that. Now, when you put chicken droppings, so much of chicken droppings, you create too much ammonia.
Yes.
And then the ammonia kind of deters growth. Actually, not kind of, it deters growth, fish growth. So that's why for someone who has all the other conditions well taken care of, they'll have fish within 8 to 9 months, 500 grams. Fish you sell, tilapia, that is. For a guy who is feeding it on chicken droppings, you can imagine how the fish has to take in the droppings and pick out some little, food nutrients.
Yes.
But like that's 0.5, and the 99.5 is just
Already,
chicken droppings.
yeah.
It will just go through its ammonia, goes into the water, creates
dear.
more ammonia, which deters
So
the
he's
growth.
losing more
So the guy has
money.
put in so much money, he wants to save on one thing. You see a poor mindset, what it does to somebody. He has invested heavily. He has a poor mindset. He's now trying to save on the fish feeds. which is like
But
the last
that's
end of the
costing
chain.
him more money. Yeah.
Because he has to
You've
wait
already
for 3
built
years.
all these things.
In 3 years, me who is feeding,
Yeah.
I have harvested thrice. So in these things, we also need some smartness.
Yes.
But you don't get this
We need to
smartness by sitting on your
consult.
information.
Yeah.
Share as much information.
And learn as
So from
much
there I
as you
picked.
can.
And then I came and we went to other places. Then we went to cows. There's a guy, a vet. He has always been the vet for my dogs. I'm a dog lover. When we were talking dogs, I said, by the way, I want to go into cows. Do you know a thing? And he said, it's actually because I've been doing dogs with you, but my main thing is cows. I do artificial insemination, I know this, and the guy had so much passion, so much information. I've learned so much from him. He's taken me to about 4 farms that he has constructed. I've picked ideas. Imagine if I had sat on my information. This is a dog guy, I tell him about my cows. But if he goes and also buys cows. So business is also like that. And then at times also, when you run an idea by somebody, they advise. Either by criticizing,
and it's good to get that
positively or negatively. Because if someone says, business, I'll still take you to fish or milk, cows. Someone says, you know, in Bahara everyone has a cow. I said, yes. So now you want to start cows.
But they don't have my
and
cows.
Then you will have milk. Where are you going to sell the milk? Okay. So the problem is market. How do I get the market? So that's positive criticism, but I have picked out something at the end of the notch. I know, okay, if I have cows, I will have milk. Where will I sell the milk? So as you do your cows, you're thinking of how to sell the milk. I mean, you can add value. Because most people in Bahara will tell you, we sell it at get price of 700 shillings, even 200, even at times 400 per litre. And you're like, okay, but why do you sell it at 200 shillings per litre? Because you know, if you want to sell it at 2,000, you must bring it to Kampala. Okay, I can bring my milk to Kampala. What do I need? You need these refrigerated vehicles. I mean, there's so much you can do. So if you can add value, then as you plan your thing, because of this person who has shared their negativity with you, you plan for it. Chicken. Someone says, where are you going to sell it? But
there's market everywhere.
Okay, so what, the problem is market. How do I get the market? So when you talk to people, there's information that you pick, whatever business. Saloon business. Hey, do you know that saloon baba? Okay, but there are CCTV cameras. I can run them, and one day I'll grab someone stealing and I'll show them and say, look. And whenever you have these cameras in any business, people install cameras. Someone was they were not cracking a joke. We were talking and I cracked so many jokes around what we were talking about. Said, you know, I put cameras in my business, but I hid them. Okay, why did you hide them? So that I grab these guys.
But
so the cameras are not helping you. Put the cameras and make it known.
Know that they are being
because
watched.
Your job is not to push these people to steal from you. You grab them and chase them. No, they are good employees.
You also don't want to chase them.
They are good employees. You need to teach them a lesson. You teach them that, okay, you have to work for me without stealing from me. All right? Then and tell them, when you steal from me, the cameras are there. I'm going to grab you. All right? And when I grab you, I'm going to chase you. That's the end of our relationship.
And that's also part of trusting your people and giving them an enabling environment to work for you and with you and to help your business grow.
Correct.
So as we conclude our session today, I just want you to share one small thing about how you play, because everything you've talked about is serious. Let's look for money. Oh my God, risk. Oh my God. I'm even scared. So when do you get the time to let loose? How do you play with this money that you're making? Because making all of it with all these businesses is not enough. How do you play with your family? How do you play with the people you care about? How do you spend this money? Well, don't give us all the secrets of how you spend your money, but what do you do with this money? Is it just sitting there under some bed, or do you use it to actually have some fun, to actually live, and to actually inspire some people out there to also make money and live a good life?
One thing I've learned is that money will never be enough. And there are so many people, when you, at the beginning of this interaction, you talked about people who don't spend their money because they are worried of,
you need to hold on to it, it will
spending
get
it off. My little money, give me some money. So I've learned that money will never be enough.
Yeah.
Even the richest guys in the world want more.
Yeah.
You've had so many people coming out and cursing, who is this man of whatever, Bill Gates.
Bill Gates.
Cursing Bill Gates. The man is the one who brought
Corona testing kits.
He wants to sell his... yeah, so even the richest want more and more and more. Yeah. So from that I realized that no matter how much you push, you'll never have enough money. Yeah. But you need to appreciate the little that you have.
Yes.
And first of all, be happy with it. Make your family happy.
Yes.
And then the people around you, people out there. Because that's the only way you can create an impact positively on the world. Yes. And pray for guidance. I pray so much. Every time I'm going to bed or wake up, even when we are anywhere. That's why when we were starting, I said, let's bless this. And we've been guided by God, I believe. We've been guided. Yeah, so prayer, because when you pray, then you realize that somehow prayer makes you selfless. Yes. Because if you give yourself into prayer, and how do we pray? At times you come to God with so much burden. I hate Penelope. Father, I hate Penelope. But if you give me money, I'll show Penelope fire. And you're praying. And God says, oh, hold on.
I will not allow you to show her fire.
Penelope prays and says, Father, here I am. You're saying, I want to finish Penelope. So some people don't have because their intentions are not good. Yeah. I'll repeat that. Yeah. So I pray that God guides me, the little money that I get, to begin with the people that make it for me. Yes. I have so many employees out there. Yes. They make this money for me. I try to make life comfortable for them. Yes. I'll tell you, it is on a few occasions where my employees have come to me and said, I think our increment is due. Because I always think
before they ask.
They deserve. Yes. They deserve a beautiful environment. They must eat when they are working for me. They must have AC, because if you're sweating and struggling, you can't think right. Yeah. When they are moving, they need to be facilitated. Yes. I try. I try to be the best boss. Yes. And then I try to create the best environment ever. Yes. Yes. For me at work, I'm serious and I'm the biggest joker there.
Yes, you're very playful.
From the entrance, they will know boss Ingideo. Because I am busy. What's up? How are you? Hey, my darling, how are you? Hey. To an extent that at times I've fallen in trouble with my wife over, I hope she's not
overplaying.
Here. It's a secret. Because for me, and she reminds me, this is business. And I'm like, yes,
you're
it's business, but business doesn't have to be, some people think that for you to be successful, when you enter, everyone starts praying for when you're leaving. For me, people pray that I come to work. Yeah. All my employees, they pray that I come to work. I don't follow time, much as I tell the general manager, everyone should be here by 8, everyone should leave by 5. But when I'm talking to people now, like I have my senior developer. Yes. I tell him, Ian, because I know this is a guy who works overnight. Yes. Developers. That's when they are thinking.
All night, and then
that's when they are thinking, and you have to be in office at 8. I told him, Ian, you're a big boy. You're big.
Manage your time well.
As long as you deliver, everything else doesn't matter. Yes. So running a business doesn't mean that you should be this boss who's feared. Actually, you realize more productivity if you're the easiest boss ever. Everyone wants to work for you.
Work with you.
Work with you. That's the right word. Yeah. Everyone wants to work with you because you're the best person that ever happened to them. No matter when you picked them, because you've picked them. I mean, I work with people that I've picked from nothing. All my employees. I don't steal people's employees. I've seen like television, whatever business.
Yes.
They are always stealing. Why should you steal someone's This TV has groomed someone within their line, within that environment. Because you see, someone becomes good within a particular environment. Yes. Look at footballers. Yes. Footballers, you will find that from childhood, this footballer was very good. He went to Arsenal and played so well. Man U comes and steals the footballer. He goes to Man U. Nothing. The worst season ever. Yeah. You've seen them. Yeah. Previous season, guy had 50 goals. This season, 15, 10. Why? Because they have changed the environment. Yeah. Because the supervision, because some people, actually all people work very well if they have good supervision and guidance. Now you're taking on somebody who has been brought up in a different way, with a different style of execution. So they start complaining. They are not happy. This boss wants us to be here. For me, in my previous employment, I used to come at any time that I want, as long as I delivered. My boss will always be the best. You've had such employees. They are not happy. The money is more.
Because you got them,
Yeah, so you think you motivate them with money. It's not about money. It's about the kind of environment that you create for them. An enabling environment to make somebody comfortable and make them work hard. Now, I'm moving on money. So I've shared my money now with my employees because I've created a good environment for them. So they'll make me more money. And everywhere I go, I will create that environment so that I enjoy sleeping. You came here when I was already still in bed at 9. It happens. If I want to sleep, I'll sleep the whole day because I know and trust that my employees
my team is doing a good
will
job.
do a good job. So I share the little man I have with them because they are the ones who make it anyway. Then I share it with family. My wife, I always try to give her everything she wants. Everything she must have.
Husbands,
I don't spoil her.
Give your wives everything they want.
But don't spoil them. Because my wife is hardworking. Yeah, she's hardworking. She's hungry. And I always tell her, I'm tired of putting money in your business. Let your business make its own money. So these days when she's asking for money, I first ask her, where did the other money go? Has the business made any money? Because that's what's enabling. If you have a rich woman, I mean, who doesn't want a rich woman? So I'm trying to create one for myself. I don't want to steal one from out there. I don't want to marry again and marry a rich woman. No. The one I've grown up with, the one who understands me, the one I understand, is the one I try to empower. And trust me, she did my wedding. You know how she started? She did the wedding. She came to me and said, instead of hiring things, I'm going to buy things. And I said, yeah, but why don't you get someone to do this for you? She said, I'm working with someone, but I'm going to do our wedding. And I said, we quarreled the whole night. And I said, okay, do the wedding. If you mess it up, that's your problem. She has never looked back. Today, we have Hyper events. And she's proud of it. She's done amazing works out there. Then the other day she came to me and said, but you were buying food out there. And I'm like, yes, at the office. She said, do you know that we can actually cook for you? And I said, are you cooking for anybody else? And she said, no, we can start with you. Then the money you give us, we can use it to
get other clients.
During the lockdown, I was here stranded without a sticker. And she came home with clearance. And I said, how have you gotten clearance? I thought I was, in this home, I thought I was the ninja. And she told me, excuse me, my business is still running. And I said, but events. And she said, no, the food side. We have to keep on supplying the banks. I said, so I'm here sleeping. She motivated me. I ran. The next day I came with stickers even, and because she had one for a week, I bought her for the entire month. And I said, now you can use this also. So, but she woke me up. At first I was sleeping. I have people out there who can get me things, but so during the lockdown for us we were busy. That's when I started the farm. That's when we are working. We motivate each other. That's playing with money because I put money in her and then
she also invests in you.
Once in a while she has saved me. This is the time we're in the village and I ran out. People think that when you have some money, that's why I said, I'm not rich. That's why I'm hungry. Because some people think you're rich, but we also run out and I borrow from my wife. And how much did I need? 4M. You might not have it for... One thing I've created is to have multiple...
income streams,
So today I don't have, tomorrow I'll have 100 million. The next day I'll have more, the next day I'll have more. Then I'll go broke because I know how to spend it. I use it to work, but also to create impact out there. So... And your wife comes in and says, oh, you want 4M? No, I have it here. Because you have empowered her. Some people... The woman looks at them and they also look at the woman. Because the woman doesn't work. Now you're looking at her for what? You have, even when she's home, so, I mean, if you don't trust your wife, but there are people who say, even at home, either
wherever she is.
So, me, I don't believe in that nonsense. I want my wife to work and have money. Then my relatives. I have struggled so much, and I'm still struggling by talking and sharing the little that I have achieved and impacting on them. Those who can no longer walk, I mean in terms of finances, I try. I have a brother, big brother, that keeps on coming here. One, he's an example to my children. When I'm pushing the crap out of them, I tell them not to be like that brother of mine. But also, whenever he comes around, he has come to a couple of other relatives. If I get and he doesn't ask for so much money, 100,000, I'm going to go to Karerwe, get this, get that, you give him.
Then it doesn't
and then
happen.
The next day comes. But what happened to Karerwe? I did, but then I need to add in. Okay, 150K, go and add in and we see. Then he comes back, no accountability. And then you say, now I'm giving you 100 for the last time, don't come back here. If it doesn't work, then it means you have failed. You give them. They haven't come back. The last time we talked, I said, don't come back. He hasn't come back. I don't think he has died. I would know because I would go to bury. So he hasn't died, but it has pushed him to become somebody. So little money to influence own relatives. There are those that are doing well. Every once in a while, they'll call you, brother, do you have $1 million? Can I borrow this much from you? I need this. I don't have a shelter. Can you help me start whatever? Can I start building? I've inspired so many people to build. Build, and I will put a couple of blocks for you, or I will put a couple of bags of cement for you. At times, I don't even have money to put the cement. You keep on dodging them, but they have started anyway. So behind you're like, I've influenced you. And also friends have influenced me to do some things here and there. So we share money with friends. Most people borrow from you and they have no intentions of returning it. But if you give it to them, would you die?
No.
So don't fear to lend me 200,000 because your worry is Pedro doesn't return money. Yes, Penelope doesn't return money. By the time she comes to you to borrow 200, it's because you have it and she doesn't have it. And when you don't have it, by the way, don't fear to tell people. For me, if I don't have money, I'll tell someone I don't have it.
Okay.
In most cases, my wife has asked me, but do you think you're going to help the entire world? I will help as many. We've had quarrels, by the way. Because you women worry so much. At times you think we are going to give out all the money. You will never give out all the money. Because the more you give out, the more God adds you. And that's a true story. The more I give, I might stay without good money for a week, but good money will come in. And then another idea will come up, and another idea will come up. So I feel I get blessed, and the motivation. Penny, I look through my phone, I have voice calls, these voice notes on WhatsApp of people genuinely appreciating you and the impact you have in their life, and you feel like shedding tears. That motivates me, it keeps me going. Actually, for me, these days, I don't make money because I want a lot of money for myself. No, a lot of money so that I can have an impact out there. And all my friends know that, every person in my family knows that. My mother, she calls and prays for me. The church prays for me because I give to church. Not tithe. Me, I don't give tithe. Tinkuza. Because I don't know where it's going to end. I always want to see where my money has ended. So I give to my church in the village. I have done a couple of things there. I continue to do God's work there. Even when I'm praying, I say, God help me. We have built the church, we have put doors, we have put windows, and I'm proud to be at the forefront. I'm proud that they call me when they are stranded. And it's a beautiful church. One day, probably you'll visit. Actually, the next time you think of hosting me, we'll go and question at the farm, question at home, question at church.
Amazing.
So that people get to know. You see, when you talk at times, so many people talk in this town, but they never show you. Me, I'm proud to share the little that I have with the world out there. And I think that's the best way of Kweshunga. My wife loves hosting relatives. Because when I was okay back in the day, before I told you I was okay, then I went down. Then God helped me to get back to normality. When things were really bad, when things were really good, we hosted people so much. Friends. People do that even today. I see them and I pray for them. You host everyone, even useless people, even people you just met in the bar. Yo, we are drinking, can you come? Then you send for all the alcohol. They are drinking and saying, but there are a few who will appreciate. So I learned one thing and I told my wife, you know what? We are not going to stop hosting people. We're going to open our home to good people. And God, the moment you pray to God, He will always send to you good people. So I'm happy that I have a wife that likes hosting family, a wife that loves my family and loves to spend on my family. Actually, I think she spends more money directly on my family than I do. It's a blessing.
Yes,
because I've seen women, even within the same family, our family, who don't love everyone.
In-laws or
or spend on
the
them.
family,
I'm happy that my wife gladly spends on them. At times, she's pushing me, "Hey, send me this money." I'm like, "But for what? Can't it wait?" "No, you send it. It's an emergency." Then only to find out that she has sent it to my relative. Why didn't you tell me? Because if I told you, I know you wouldn't have sent it. So that's another way of playing with money. And when you bring family together, we've had family gatherings. Maybe one of the
we need to do a Kweshunga with the whole family.
Then we will show the world how we actually Kweshunga. And on those gatherings, you get to know who has a problem. And we've always interacted and planned that maybe as we meet as family, as we gather as family, can we also share.
Find a way to
share
to help one another.
Yeah, if Penny is doing badly, how do I help?
Yeah.
Because in most cases, people don't need much.
Yeah.
No, they don't need much, and you lose nothing by helping. Yeah. So for me, I believe that's playing with money really, because you're using it gracefully to impact on somebody's life. Yeah.
We could sleep here. We could sleep here talking about money, but he has talked it. You have heard him for yourselves. Invest in people, invest in family, invest in relatives, invest in friends. Just invest, invest, invest. Invest in relationship. Invest in your relationship with money, but also invest in your relationship with people. And we are delighted to have hosted you today. See you next week. As we continue with our doses of Kweshunga, we hope that you can play with your money and loosen up a little bit. Until next time, bye-bye.